Welcome back to the show where I try to convince you to see a movie in about 5 minutes without giving away too much. Today and next week we'll be talking about a little up-and-coming film studio you might have heard of called, Disney. Oh, well that company's worth about $130 billion. Yippee-ki-yay, blue punch buggy. Lilo Stitch is a Disney traditionally animated 2D film written and directed by Chris Sanders and Dean DeBloa. These names are familiar because they'd go on to create and direct, just this little very good franchise called How to Train Your Dragon. When I think about why we loved Disney in the first place, this is the first movie I think of. A movie about two sisters that love each other to pieces, but their relationship is strained in the wake of their parents' death. Their relationship must change.
I like you better as a sister than a mom.
Holy shit, this movie is so good at accurately describing the complex and frenzied emotions of a young child in an understandably troubling situation. And Lilo meets an escaped lab experiment wanted the universe over who is indestructible and wildly lethal, and she's like, yeah, that one. This is the dog I want, and he's my friend, and he's a good boy. Ohana means family. God, this movie wrecks me. Sweet Moses, this movie is a masterpiece. It's a story about finding the place you belong in the universe in a raucous and endearingly literal way. I imagine it's fairly well known that this film's proximity to Dumbo, partly as a 50-year Dumbo marketing stunt for Michael Eisner, but the decision was made in the House of Mouse that they would do a smaller budget film in the wake of Atlantis and The Emperor's New Groove, just like Dumbo being a lower budget picture following Fantasia and Pinocchio, and like Dumbo, Lilo & Stitch goes back to the wonderful expressive watercolor backgrounds of yore. And then the animators drew some of the most beautiful and expressive traditional animation ever. Every character in this film communicates their personality, their problems, their dreams and desires in the artistic expressions of the drawings themselves, and it's wonderful. You literally can watch this entire movie on mute and still understand 100% of the story. Obviously I wouldn't do that because the writing of the characters and the performances behind them are genius.
I don't have time for this.
Leave me alone to die.
I've never felt so seen.
Well, I've been so long on the street, we'll never look back.
Oh good, my dog found the chainsaw.
And you probably already knew that Lilo & Stitch was a remarkable work of traditional art buoyed by a sparing use of computer-generated effects in service of a story about finding out who you are in the universe, because it's hard sometimes, and this movie makes it messy and imperfect. This movie never hesitates to give a younger audience needed perspective on maybe why some of their friends and classmates have struggles that they haven't considered. And I'm sure everyone's already seen Lilo & Stitch, and I'm not really saying anything new, and that's okay too. This is a perfect expression of finding family in the strangest places. You should see it because Ohana means family. Family means no one gets left behind.